Let's start with the numerology here. First of all, you have a 4, and 4 asks you to work hard to create firm foundations. Working hard is actually required of you at this point in time. It's also a very practical period, so whatever this situation pertains to, it's one of setting practical foundations, and a lot of effort is needed. If you have questions regarding work, career, finances, 4 energy is a great time to start saving and accumulating for the future. It's also a very serious time. So there's a lot of responsibility and duty required. It sounds quite ominous, but it's not, because on the other end of the scale, it can be a really good period to put ideas that you have into practical form. And how that relates to the spread as a whole, I mean, we're starting off with this card. This is how you're kind of coming into March, and it's called Chains, but in the normal tarot it would relate to the Devil card, and I know a lot of people hate the Devil card, but those cards are always very important to have. We've got to have the dark and the light, the yin and the yang, in order for us to find balance. So if something's out of balance, you'll find either the Devil card or the Tower card or the Death card. They're not necessarily bad cards, but what they are trying to highlight to you is that there is maybe some sort of obsessive thinking or something that you are holding on to that is holding you back, and it's time to break away from that. It could also be emotions that you haven't released and that need to find some sort of release. Suppression can be another energy here. I'll try to go through the cards first, and then I'll try and pick up on the energy as a whole, what it's saying. But what's missing in your life at the moment is depicted by the 9 of Wands here. An interesting variation to the normal 9 of Wands. That's why I like these cards. They give something different. I kind of get bored with the same sort of imagery in cards, so I really like these. So the 9 of Wands here, you might be in the dark about how to reach a particular goal. How do you push forward to reach a particular goal? It's like you feel like you're almost there at something, but you just don't know how to go the distance. You don't know how to get to that next level. And it might be connected to the Chains card, where you feel trapped in some sort of obsessive cycle, or some sort of cycle that feels like you just can't get out of, and like no way out comes to mind. And the 9 of Wands is explaining that you just don't know how to do it. You're looking for a solution to move forward, and you just don't know how to do it. You don't know how to take action. So you're kind of just sitting back, waiting on a defensive line for something to occur, or for something to just pop out of thin air, I guess. It can also indicate that you might need to work a little bit harder to achieve that last part of the journey. It just requires, and it fits in with the 4 energy here, which is like you have to work hard in this period of time to get to the next level. Maybe you've kind of held back a little bit, and it's saying that you do need to push a little bit harder now than what you expected, or what you think that you're capable of doing to reach the end. And the 9 of Wands also says that you need to connect with your own inner resources to finish that. You may feel like you don't have the strength or the will to do it, but you do. You just have to look within to find those resources to move forward. why you're not moving forward, why you're in the dark about moving forward or how to move forward. Negative thinking, your own thoughts are holding you back. It's like you're not thinking outside the square. It's the Eight of Swords. Not completely dissimilar to the normal Eight of Swords, but it's got all the swords around it again. Like the entity has those swords preventing him from moving forward. The ghosts of the past. Well, things that aren't even really there. Ghosts are all around him, but they're not real. And really, neither are the swords. If you have a look at that, the swords almost look like they're ghost-like also. So it's saying that your imaginary ghosts, mental ideas, constraints, thoughts, they're all preventing you from moving forward, and there's a need for flexibility of thought to move forward. Flexibility, yes. And open your eyes. Really see the truth. And that's sometimes hard when we're stuck in a repetitive cycle like this. We only see what we're used to seeing, no matter what's happening around us, and it may take a few goes before we actually do break through. But you need to resolve this by pushing a little bit harder and working a little bit harder, maybe working a little bit harder mentally to overcome those constraints for yourself. You might also feel like you lost control of the situation somehow. And maybe you need to listen to other people. Maybe you need to listen to advice from other people, because that will help you move through this. Maybe you're stuck in your own repetitive pattern and maybe stubbornly not seeing what's outside of you. So maybe asking for help, asking for other people's input or opinions in how you can move forward or how they see the situation to give you another perspective. Your advice card in this spread is the Knight of Cups. Interesting looking card for a Knight of Cups. Lovely too, though, I think. Like any knight, it's action oriented. Cup energy is a little bit slower. So maybe your action is needed to push this forward, but it will be more slow moving energy rather than a wands or a sword energy. It's not saying that you need to do that. And also connect intuitively maybe to your heart energy, because here you have the sword energy which is constraining you. Maybe this is all very mental stuff here, I feel like, and this is connecting the heart and the mind, so that they're congruent, that they're working together. I feel this separation between the head and the heart as I'm reading this. So there is a separation between the head and the heart for some reason. How you do that is, Libra, because you are an air sign, you will tend to ruminate over things mentally. But it's saying to be open to messages that come your way. Be open with your heart. And that's really hard to explain to people if they're thinking. I'm an air sign as well, so I understand when, if someone said to me, 20 years ago, you need to come from your heart energy, I'd be like, what does that mean? I have no idea what that means. But we are very mental, and so it's very hard to understand any other way of thinking or being. But maybe doing some meditation, heart meditations, heart chakra meditations to connect to this energy, the emotional energy, because essentially that's what it's saying. It brings in a softness to this hard-edged sword energy of the mind. So that's why I just feel like this huge schism between the head and the heart. And the heart energy is higher mind. So this is like your base, and this is the higher mind coming in, which is coming in with the emotional self to bring balance to this. because at the very basis here, it's very lopsided energetically. Too much of one focus is preventing growth and movement, and you may have to work a little bit harder for this to happen for you. You also need to explore deeper emotions when the Knight of Cups comes in. Well, with this energy, I feel like you need to explore those deeper emotions. Don't be blindsided with infatuation either, but I don't think that really is the meaning here so much. I feel like you need more of the emotional side, like I said, to bring balance to the mental. What are you afraid of, Libra, is what comes to mind as well. What are you afraid of? You're holding yourself back because of fear. Maybe fear of those deeper emotions, fear of what those deeper emotions may mean for you if you connect to them. Fear of change even. We have to be open to change though, because change, we're evolving and growing, and this is obviously the energy is asking you to grow and evolve beyond this lower mind self. What's going to be revealed for you for the month of March is the Six of Cups. Again, a little bit different to the normal Rider-Waite Tarot imagery. So what's going to be illuminated? Cherishing old memories, something in the past. Maybe cherish those memories and let them go. Maybe you're holding on to something emotionally and you're scared of letting go of that. For some reason you are scared. There is a fear, but it's saying it could be ghosts from the past that comes in, but it's also saying to me that you need to cherish those memories. You don't lose the memories, and there's still a connection and love there, but sometimes you love and then you let go, and that you need to do that for some reason. Maybe a dream didn't come to fruition for you. So don't dwell on the past, or don't dwell on what could have been or what was. Your last card, or the outcome card for the month of March, is the Two of Wands. Two of Wands generally speaks of patience and waiting for the right time for things to develop. And I feel maybe it's something similar with these cards. It's like something, one part is real and the other part needs more work. Again, the Four comes back again. You need to take action to move forward. Start taking action to create your dreams the way that you want them. Whether it be moving away from the past, bringing balance for yourself, moving away from the past, emotionally reconnecting with yourself, and then taking action on a physical level to bring balance for yourself, because the two is always of balance. So it could be exercise related, it could be starting a business project. Whatever it is, it requires you to put a bit of effort in to create whatever your dreams are. It might take a little while for things to develop, but you do need to take action now. This woman has red hair. Red is fire energy, it's motivation, it's drive, it's movement. And wands again are the same. It's that passion, energy, drive. So strive for unity. Strive for unity of the mind and the heart. Again, that's another message I'm getting. Strive for unity of the heart and the mind, and then take action from that. When you're congruent, start taking action towards what you want. Be practical about it. Be motivated. Find motivation to do something. The base card here is the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles for me is about cooperation, working together with other people to find a creative solution to something, or just creatively working on a project. Here it's looking for a creative solution. It's a creative solution to a situation where mentally you've felt constrained. You haven't moved, and you're meant to open up your emotions or your emotional self or your intuition. Find something that you love to do. If this is about work, find something that you love to do. Let go of your past of, something not working out. Maybe it's a job that you have been in and it has been so unsatisfactory and you've been stuck there and you don't know how to move forward, but you're hanging on to it for dear life. Let it go, because you need to move forward and create something different. Put plans into action that are more in tune with who you are and what you love to do, what inspires you and what stirs your heart. Same applies for relationships. Let go of what isn't working for you. Let go of the mental constraints. Love it, let it go, release it, and then start working towards an action plan of creating a new relationship. And how do you do that? How do you create a new relationship? Look after yourself first. What are your needs and what are your wants? Are you looking after your physical body? Are you looking after your physical needs? Are you the best version of yourself that you can be so that you can attract exactly that in return? Work in cooperation. The Three of Pentacles, for me, is a cooperation card. And again, cooperating between the heart and the mind energy is needed. The Three of Pentacles is also about learning new skills. Learning new skills and mastering old ones. So mastering the mental plane and learning new emotional skills to deal with the situation. And from that, there will be cooperation and harmony and balance. At the moment, there isn't. But again, remember the Four. This situation, whatever it relates to, is going to require a little bit of work on your part to move it forward. It's probably more work than what you had anticipated. So listen to your inner guidance and listen to your own intuition in regards to how to go about that. Sometimes when we hear messages through these cards, we sometimes hear what we want to hear. Maybe you're thinking, I've got to work really hard towards a relationship, then maybe. But as long as that feels it's congruent with you, if it feels like this, again, for putting that energy in, then it's probably not the right way to go. Because remember, you need to release yourself from that feeling of being constrained, restrained, bogged down in a cycle, unhappy. You want to release yourself from that. Sometimes it actually takes more work to leave a relationship than it does to stay in one. Sometimes it's easier to stay. Better the devil you know. Again, better the devil you know than the devil you don't. So think on that, Libra. A little bit of work required for you, but not a bad reading whatsoever. I wish you many blessings for the month of March, Libra. If you have any questions, just message below. I'll see if I can get around to answering these questions this month. Thanks for watching. Bye.